Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data isn't in. Today we're going to go over all things new construction. Now, new construction is going to be, in my opinion, a vital part at bringing balance back to the housing market as far as supply and also prices. Now, roughly right now, as far as active inventory, on average, 30% of active inventory is new construction. So I think it's very, very important to follow the trends of new construction, especially in states like mine in Texas, where we have an overabundance of new construction. But regardless, today we're going to go over all of the updated data, and I'm going to show you guys that the price decline for new homes has never rebounded and continues to go down. We'll also take a look at supply as well as starts and permits, homes that have been completed and things of that nature. And I'm also going to show you what insane buying incentives are going on right now, and the fact that Lennar's 4.25 30-year fixed rate mortgage incentive has been spreading to other builders. And if you guys can, please don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor, even though my bio is as a realtor, loan officer, and instructor in real estate in Texas. And I also lost everything. I believe I have important perspective that allows normal everyday consumers to be a lot more cautious in the real estate market and to have a lot more comprehension. And for all of this, guys, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, shoot me a comment below, and don't forget to join my morning lives. All of this data will be linked in my description. Predominantly, I'm going to be going over Fred economic data. So we'll start with permits of privately owned houses. So really what I want to point out is somehow since about January 2023, this has actually been going up. And really what I want to do is compare where we were at pre-COVID. So I'm going to look at data and compare it to around June 2019. Now, basically in June 2019, there were 1.3 million permits issued. We fast forward to today, that's a difference of 240,000 additional permits in 2023. That represents an increase of 18.4%. Again, when we compare to pre-COVID to right now, 18.4% increase as far as permits. Now, when we go into housing unit starts, what we can see here is we have roughly 1.28 million houses or homes that have been started. And again, what I want to point out is going back to June 2019, we had about 1.22 million. So right now we're about the same as what we were at pre-COVID, but we still have more housing units that are under construction right now when we compare pre-COVID. Now let's look at units under construction, because new home builders are building right now as if there's no likelihood of recession or downturn in the economy. In fact, if we look at total units under construction, this includes 5 units or more as well, we are at an unprecedented amount of homes being constructed. Now, this is going to help both our supply for homes for sale, but it's also really going to help us with our long-term rental market. The amount of supply right now with long-term rentals is outrageous, and that is leading to deflation in prices. It's not quite there yet on average, depending on the matrix you're looking for. The more and more homes that are 5 units or more that are completed and put on the market, the more and more that the rental market will continue to deflate. Now, when we filter SFRs out and just look at the apartments and 5 units under construction, look at this, guys. And this goes back to the 1960s. Look at how many homes are under construction right now. Again, this is just 5 units. So we have all of this stuff in transition. We already know, we can see this coming, that inventory is exploding, not just with new homes, but also exploding in the rental market. And I could pretty much assure you that everyone wants to rent a new home. Now, buying a new home, that's a different question, but renting a new home, 100%. Okay, take a look at this. This is for single family residences. This is units completed. Now, obviously, this is seasonally adjusted annual rate. But right now, I think it's important to understand that the amount of single family residences being completed right now is almost 1 million. So we're sitting at 961,000 units. I don't know why, but so many people get this information wrong. Usually it's from realtors that have channels designed to lead generate, but I can certainly assure you that right now, according to Fred economic data, and this was updated about 2 weeks ago, we're sitting at 961,000 completed single family home units. And when we go back here and compare this to June of 2019, pre-COVID, we're way higher. Back then in June 2019, we were sitting at 878,000 single-family residences completed. So we have substantially more being completed right now. And also looking at the last decade, look at this. I mean, comparing to where we were sitting in 2013, we're almost at double. Not quite double, but we're almost at double. So they're completing homes like crazy right now. And we can very easily see that here when we look at this chart, which is the monthly supply of new homes in the United States. Now, right now, we're sitting at 7.8 months of supply. You guys, that is absolutely outrageous. If we go back to June 2019, again, pre-COVID, we had 5.2 months. We have so many more houses, new homes, not existing, but new homes available on the market right now compared to COVID. It's outrageous. Again, compared to COVID, we have so much supply. I don't understand why more people aren't talking about this. This is huge because, again, this is going to make an even bigger dent on prices because of the lack of existing home inventory that we have. We're sitting at 7.8 months. You know well by now, when we hit 6 months of inventory, that's what we need for the market to be considered a buyer's market. I suspect that the fact that rates are going to be higher for longer, I don't necessarily think that we need 6 months of inventory to get the show on the road. In fact, we really don't have 6 months of inventory anywhere, including Austin. Right now, it's close, but we don't even have that in Austin, and we don't even have that in Phoenix. And Phoenix is down year over year, about $41,000 from peak, and Phoenix only has roughly 3 months or less of inventory. So the fact that we have massive amounts of inventory is going to eventually catch up to the market. It's going to catch up to supply. It's going to catch up to prices, and the existing home inventory market will melt down as far as prices. Because remember, when a new home is sold to someone and they resell it, it's no longer a new home. So a lot of these people that are purchasing these new homes, I'm telling you all right now, they are selling. And we see the lack of price sustainability on this chart here. This is median sales price for new homes sold in the United States. Now, actually, new homes, unlike existing homes, peaked in October of 2022. So what happened is with existing homes, that peaked around right here in June. But what new home builders did, unlike existing homes, is they started doing insane buying incentives, and that allowed them to reach a little bit higher as far as their peak on October of 2022 with a median sales price close to $500,000, but it was $496,800. You could see new home prices never made a rebound. This is extremely eye-opening because this is through buying season. Everyone's saying how well the new home builders are doing, but they're not mentioning the fact that prices of new homes right now are down 13%, 13% from peak. They're not mentioning that when we, etch out new construction right now, it's plummeting. And think about the incentives that they're offering. So even with the crazy buying incentives, they still cannot sustain the prices. We know what's coming. If we get blindsided by a recession, we got no one to blame at this point but ourselves. Now take a look at some of these ridiculous buying incentives that are going on right now. I'm going to start with Lennar and then I'll go over to Pulte as well. But look at what Lennar is doing. They're offering a 4.25 30-year fixed rate mortgage with $10,000 back in closing costs. Now they keep extending the date. It's down here and you can see here that it's actually updated. Now, not only are they offering this outrageous buying incentive as far as low interest rates, they're also doing a new home national sales event. And some of the houses are reduced 15 to 20%. It absolutely dooms anyone that purchased the homes at the elevated price during 2023. So when everyone was buying houses, new homes, thinking that the housing market was always going to be okay, prices are going to go up, those are the people that are going to get crushed the most. And look at these reductions: 83,000, 77,000, 18,000. We have a 57,000, 49,000, another 80,000. These are massive price cuts and buying incentives that are going on right now with Lennar. Now, when we go to Pulte Homes, which is the number 3 home builder in the US, they're also offering a similar buying incentive at 4.75% 30-year fixed rate. When mortgage rates are in the 8% like they are at right now, I mean, the 10-year has absolutely been skyrocketing. Mortgage rates are close to 8% on average. A 4.75% makes a massive difference. So you see now these ridiculous buying incentives are starting to spread everywhere in new construction because that's what it takes to sell a new home. You can see with DR Horton, they're offering something similar with this red tag, the new home sales event. But when we click this, it doesn't give us any information except this fear of missing out clock right here. It calls it the fear of missing out clock. So in order for DR to really show us what they have, you have to put all your information in here. And that's not really cool, because really what's happening is they're hiding it. They want us to come into the sales centers. So probably that they can strong arm us and let us know that they're in control. The reality is we are in control. And that's what I'm really trying to tell you guys. If you're out there looking for a new home, make sure you understand that you are in control as a buyer. And some of the things that we want to do if we're out there buying new homes or interested in buying new homes is, number one, calm down. Okay. Number two, we want to get multiple home inspections because we've been seeing insane reviews right now about the poor quality of construction. So we got to make sure to do our inspections. Another thing is because they have basically monopolized the entire transaction, because usually in order to get these incentives, you have to use their lender and you have to use their title company. So they have a big monopoly on that. And not only that, they're generally not a part of the National Association of Realtors. So they have different regulations. That's why they can get away with what they can get away with. And what I'm trying to say is, as a result of that, they have they have huge contracts that really protect themselves and don't protect you. So it's really important that you bring a realtor that understands the process, someone that's savvy, not someone's cousin, but someone that understands the process so they can help you navigate through the new home buying process. And don't forget as well that they generally have arbitration agreements in their special warranty deeds, which means if they don't build the home to your liking and you still close, generally you can't sue them and you can't get an attorney to represent you, because usually attorneys don't want to try to fight through the arbitration agreement. In conclusion, I want you guys to join my morning lives. My morning lives start usually around 8:45 a.m. Central Time. And during those lives, I try to give the viewers an overwhelming amount of consumer value. And we also keep our hands to the pulse of the housing market. So I really hope you're joining me for my morning lives. And don't forget, everything is about location. Real estate is hyper local. What's going on in your market is different than what's going on in my market. So it's really important that you understand how your local housing market trends work. In fact, if you live in an area like I live in, it's really important to go so localized that you're reviewing trends in the subdivision. And other than that, guys, remember credit, income, assets, and comprehension. And I really hope you guys got some additional value, insights, and perspective. And if you're out there investing in real estate, you know I wish you luck and I hope you win.